Hello and welcome to Game of StarLadder Season 5, Day 14, game number 2 of today, and we have got ourselves a match between Na'Vi and 3D Clan, and I will not be casting this match by myself. syndereN, are you ready to fill some big shoes that are left beside me since yesterday?
The shoes of Cyclops?
Yep, those shoes.
I don't know if I can fill out those shoes. This is going to be a different type of cast. I'm sorry, I don't think I can do his thing.
Me neither. You're excused though, you're excused.
It's going to be good though.
Yeah,
and a good game as well. Like you said, Na'Vi versus 3D Clan. This is the new showing of Na'Vi. Of course, they have their new roster. Dendi was streaming a little bit of scrims here before this game, so people got a chance to see them play. But this is their first official match with the new roster, and I'm really looking forward to see how it's going to work out. The big question I guess a lot of people have is how much have these guys practiced so far? Was the games we saw today were those the first games they had together, or have they been practicing for a couple of days behind the curtains? Nobody knows, but they're definitely going up against a capable team.
Yeah, I think nobody knows actually. Indeed. And yeah, 3D Clan, they've been doing really well in StarLadder. I'm just going to put up the scores for a short second, because 3D Clan, they are 4th right now. They've played 6 matches, won 4, lost 2. Na'Vi, they've also played 6 matches, but they have lost 4 and won 2. So we're gonna see if Na'Vi can be on a winning streak, because they kind of need to be to still be able to go to Kiev. Wow, English hard.
What placement do you need to be invited for the LAN finals?
Top 4.
6. Top 4 only.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And they're like, what position did you say?
Na'Vi at the moment is 12.
Yeah, they're not even top 10 yet.
Nope.
Okay.
They of course, I mean, there's a total of 15 games to be played, and they've only played 6, so there is still hope. But they kind of, like, the thing is, right now, it doesn't depend on their own play anymore. It depends on other people's play, because they need other people to do bad for them to still get higher.
Who did they lose to so far? Did they lose to the top teams?
They lost to No Tidehunter, they lost to Virtus Pro, they won against Fnatic, they lost against Power Rangers.
Okay.
Who is, by the way, at the bottom. That's the only win that they have so far. Right. Apart from previous game, is Na'Vi. Huh?
Okay, so yeah, that means, like you say, they're going to be somewhat dependent, I think, unless, well, if they win the rest, then they're going to have a score of 11-4, and that's probably going to take them to the top 4. But that's a lot of pressure to win 9 games straight. Yeah. Especially when it's best of ones. Just one bad game and you drop it.
Yeah, and especially indeed also since, I mean, they just have a new roster, and now, of course, all of them are very skilled, but as you said, I mean, how much did they practice together?
They're definitely going to go up against a capable team. I think 3D Clan have been impressing lately with their play. Also playing some different things. This draft from them is more or less very standard, though. Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer, Rubik, Windrun, and Clockwork. Probably going to see a support Rubik with that easy lane Keeper of the Light PL. And then we'll put the Windrunner mid and the Clockwork off lane or something like that for 3D. And Na'Vi, they've got Lifestealer, Magnus, Nature's Prophet, and Leshrac, so a lot of pushing power coming out from them, and that could backfire when they're playing against a Keeper of the Light. Depends if they can kind of break through. And also Lifestealer, this is not going to be his easiest game. Always annoying to play Lifestealer against Clockwork. And then, well, you add the danger of Shackle Shot in that mess, and of course Phantom Lancer is always annoying.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm quite surprised that Bane made it through. It didn't not got picked, not got banned.
That's true. So far.
So far, true. And I have to say, Na'Vi's track record with the Lifestealer is really not that good. But then again, they have a new lineup, so how much can I say about their previous games right now?
Yeah, they've been picking Lifestealer pretty much all the time, and it seems like Puppy is still not giving up on the idea that Lifestealer is one of the first 3 in every game. They always rate that hero highly. Okay, I didn't get time to finish that off. They're going to take a Queen of Pain last, so Dendi will be handling that in the mid. Magnus offlane probably, and Puppy in the jungle with Nature's Prophet. And the question is if 3D Clan feel like they can go aggressive now. When there's a Nature's Prophet in the jungle, he's not exactly the strongest early game presence you can have, and they have a strong trial lane. We'll see if they want to do that.
Yeah, and it's actually Funnick on the Magnus, and Kuroki taking up the support role on the Leshrac.
Yep, that's how it looks to be the recipe for now. Na'Vi have Kuroki playing as the secondary support, or actually position 5, I think, and Puppy on position 4. So we'll have Kuroki on Leshrac, Puppy on the Nature's Prophet, Dendi on Queen of Pain, Chavost playing Lifestealer as always, and like you said, Funnick, Magnus, and yeah, 3D for you.
Yep, a 3D. Well, they have Nexus going to be playing his Phantom Lancer. Sharvik will be on the Wind Run and will probably be going towards the off lane with Serva, the new picked up player. Is going to be having boots first, so he is going to go towards the offline. Actually, correction for me. It's going to be yeah, he's going to be playing the Clockwork. That's him, and it is going to be Dread who is going to be playing his Rubik with Solo. Last but not least, playing the Keeper of the Light.
30 seconds
And that's already a very dangerous. I'm kind of surprised. Like it's a dangerous tri lane, but I'm kind of surprised they're not running an aggressive tri lane because it is a recipe for an aggressive tri lane with some disable and of course a lot of spam there also with of course the Chakra Magic and the lances coming out from the Phantom Lancer.
I think 3D's approach to this is that they're fine with letting Lifestealer free farm if they free farm a PL, because we've seen time and time again what a completely free farming PL does 20 minutes into the game and onward. And if Na'Vi are not going to do anything about Nexus, I think it's going to cause them some trouble. AoE heroes though, Leshrac, lots of AoE damage, Queen of Pain, and Magnus of course, Shockwave and Reverse Polarity, but even then, you just know that PL can get so strong that they can't deal with it. But they have a buffer, at least.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we saw Vost playing the Phantom Lancer, and he got himself a Radiance at 9 minutes in. Free farming, that was quite fast. So let's see if Nexus can do the same. Of course, Nexus will have someone against him. Funnick is going to be there, already picked up his Skewer to be able to be a bit more safe. Dread is going to be there to protect Nexus, though. Where do you expect the First Blood to be at?
Yeah,
It's
good
always
question.
tough.
It's hard to say. I think this bottom lane is almost impossible for Na'Vi to kill right now. Their main damage dealer on the lane, Lifestealer, is melee, and he's up against Clockwork. And then they have a support Leshrac who's pulling, and well, if Puppy ports in to use Sprout, Clockwork still has 3 tangles on him, so that's going to be hard. I think my best bet is actually going to be the top lane, because Rubik, as a support against Magnus, if you grab him during the skewer, you stop the skewer with the telekinesis, and then you can pull him back. And if that happens to Funnick, he's First Blood.
And we're gonna see. That would be quite sad though. That would be the second game in a row that he played with Na'Vi, and then the second game that he was the First Blood. He was the First Blood yesterday also.
He traded for 2 kills, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
But yeah, this mid lane, it's going to be a fairly even showdown, I think, between Windrunner and Queen of Pain. 2 very strong solo mid heroes. Going to give the edge to Dendi because of personal skill. Not that Sharvik is a bad player by any means, but Dendi just has the experience and really impeccable skill to play this Queen of Pain in mid. So, but we'll see. So far, it's pretty even for them. 4 for 4 and 4 for 3.
Yep. Well, the top lane though, they're like they don't want to be farming. They want to be pushing, and they're going to be trying to take down the tower, get some early gold advantage up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
For the supports to get some more items. Of course, they have got the disadvantage that Na'Vi is actually having puppy farming in the jungle, and there's no jungle hero for 3D clan, so they don't have anybody extra getting extra experience in that jungle.
Oh, Funnick, nice dodge there. Was about to get his salve stopped. Actually, Solo taking a lot of damage to try to stop that salve of Funnick, but didn't work out. Now Nexus is keeping him away. I mean, this is the trade-off 3D will take. They'll try to get the tower, but it's also giving Funnick quite a lot of experience right now. And if they don't even manage to take the tower, this is actually a bad decision for them, in my opinion, right now.
So far, so good for Funnick, I'd say. Still
Yeah.
has enough mana to spam out his Shockwave a couple of times, trying to pull the Creep Wave back, but he has to be so careful though, like one bad move and it could be all over for him. Even though Solo was on excursion for a while, he actually picked up himself up a regen rune, so all good again. The tower will go down. I don't think it's going to be the Night Illuminate will make sure that that's not going to happen, and it's going to be Solo actually picking up the last hit for the tower. Nexus taking a lot of damage still, but he is going to be getting
a salve from Coral.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's you already now see what it costs to push the tower. It's actually not that bad for Nexus, but he's getting out-farmed by Hovost now. He lost a couple of last hits because they wanted to push the tower, and at the same time they still get the global gold for their team, so probably worth it in the end. And Funnick, that's not easy to stand against the Phantom Lancer, especially not when Keeper of the Light comes back with the chakra.
He's going to be forced to use this last regen, so he should be a lot more careful now. Having said that, Solo is actually no longer on the lane, or at least he tries to do something with pulling in the jungle, also gets himself some experience that way. Maybe that's going to help Funnick a bit, but Funnick actually is going to check the 4-minute rune instead.
Yeah, this is good pulling coming out of 3D Clan. When you push this tier 1 tower, the risk is that the lane gets down in a position where the enemy's offlaner gets a lot of experience. But they're pulling twice. They're pulling the easy camp and they're pulling the middle camp with Dread and pulling it further down to the big camp where it basically dies. So the creep equilibrium is now going to be under the tower again for Nexus, and Funnick won't get anything.
Apart from the illusion rune.
Apart from the illusion rune.
It's at least something. He's actually going to go mid for that, perhaps, as we see Denny trying to throw a lot of harassment to Sharvik. I actually, oh, wait a second. Kuroki, what you gonna do there? Split Earth, it hits. Where's that Nature's Prophet? Thinking about TPing in, but not doing it in the end. Did have a Sprout.
Yeah, good decision from Puppy not to port into that. I don't think that would have been worth it at all. There's still 3 tangos left on the clock, and I think Puppy realized if he ports in, it's basically just waste of farming time. He needs to get a fast Midas here. Remember, they're up against a PL. They need to farm if they want to deal with him, if they're not challenging him, which doesn't seem to be the case.
They're gonna just try to outfarm him and outplay in that sense. And of course try to end the game before the Phantom really gets really fat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw Danny playing a bit of Queen of Pain today earlier. He wasn't so lucky. He was also up against the Windrunner at some point, but I'm not sure if he was trying new things, but he was up against the pub, and I don't know. He kept losing the mid lane on this Queen of Pain, so...
On this game, he's definitely winning it. He's actually a full level ahead of Sharvik. Dendy has 10 more denies. Their last hits, their last hits seem pretty even, but Dendy's just way ahead on those denies, and it's a full level advantage. That's a lot. 5 minutes in the mid lane without a kill.
And he keeps pushing Sharvik out of the lane to indeed get him out of range of experience, and doing a good job with that. Let's see if Serva is gonna get lucky with the 6-minute rune. Or, yeah, no kill there.
If he doesn't, Rubik does. And that's Dread finding a regen. I think they're going to give this one to Sharvik. Maybe Dendy's going to challenge this rune, and that could be trouble. I think he realizes this is not a rune he can challenge. And that one goes to Sharvik.
And since it's 6 minutes in, I mean, all the wards have disappeared at this point, so no more advantage with wards around runes. And no new wards being placed up just yet either. I kind of think that both of the teams so far are kind of happy with just farming.
And for Na'Vi right now, this looks really good for them gold-wise. They're constantly gaining XP as well, 2.5k.
Oh, poor you. Sorry.
Oh. And that's basically just, yeah, they're just out farming with the Nature's Prophet in the jungle with that Midas. The thing is, the graphs might be a little bit deceptive in this game, because I'm not sure if it's good enough for Na'Vi if they're leading by a little bit. They need to lead by a lot draft-wise in this. Unless if they get some good RPs out of Magnus, but he's not even remotely close to level 6 right now.
Oh, so level 4 after that push in, after the pools that you mentioned. He's really not been able to get anywhere close to the lane anymore. Apart from now with the Nexus again pushing out slightly, getting Funnick a bit more experience. And we actually have got a push coming from Na'Vi as well on the bottom lane. Looking to be going for the tier 1 for themselves.
Yeah, good luck. Against Clockwork and Coddle, that's going to be difficult. They do have double Treant now from Puppy actually, and he's level 7, so they might actually be able to do this. Both a little slow on the rage, but it's still going to stay alive. They're not getting the tower though. I don't think they... Yeah, they're not even close actually.
No. They're only 9. There's still 900 HP left on that tower. And Kuroki, I mean, he didn't pick up his edict, so it's gonna go a bit slower regardless. Oh, Sprout up, but Serva just eats his way out. Split Earth still hits though. Could be first blood, and there we go. Lightning from Kuroki, picking it up. First blood.
I told you the clock was gonna get first blood. Wait.
Nope. Nope.
Exactly the guy I called wouldn't be first blood, but alright, fair enough.
It's 8 minutes in, so he stayed alive for a long time.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to predict what happens 8 minutes in, but yeah, so far, not much killing going on, but Havos in a very comfortable position farm-wise. 61 CS at 8 minutes. It's a very high score. And Nexus, well, he's getting his, but looking at the farm scores, the 3 of the top 4 are actually Na'Vi at this point.
Yeah, and even if we look at net worth, Nature's Prophet is ahead together with Denny now as well, with Nexus just being behind. Like, there's 2 good farmers right now for 3D Clan. They have got the Windrunner as well as Nexus Phantom Lancer. But there's 3 for Na'Vi, and that is all the experience that they get extra from that
lane.
Bottom. Again, the attempt to TP in, but then not TPing in again.
I think he saw the one Tango server has left and realized, again, Puppy should only TP for kills that they really think they have.
Oh, Dandy! Nice. Sharvik just getting himself a nice shackle.
Yeah.
And then
And
he
suddenly
went
that
partial.
mid lane is even again.
Yep.
That's what one kill can do. I don't even know if Solo got an assist on that. Looks like he did. Oh, clockwork!
Radiant's middle tower is under
Actually taking the fight to Puppy. He's gonna win it as well. Pavost not gonna be fast. Oh, he's gonna get stolen by Linda.
That was a nice kill still. Clockwork still going down though, and Avost actually picking up that kill. I would put that still, even though they lost one hero, I would put that in favor of Na'Vi. Purely because Avost was able to pick up the gold for that. Just coming in, right click, he didn't even lose that much farming time for it, he just, walked past.
Yeah, pressure up top by 3D Clan. Oh, Funnig actually takes that Coddle Blast. He's gonna die now, I think. Nexus just needs one more lance. That's a big mistake. Funnig saw that wave coming the whole time, and he actually copped the side of it.
Nature's Prophet, Puppy coming in to play. He's gonna try to go for solo, but I think that was the wrong decision. Puppy, he's not gonna be able to survive this. Telekinesis helping out, and that is a double kill for Nexus. So whatever I just said about being Navi being in favor of that trade, Nexus just made sure that he got even more than Avos just did with a double kill.
Yeah, he didn't realize that there was an Urn of Shadows on Keeper of the Light, so he thought he was TPing in to do like 2 or 3 shots and get an easy kill on solo. Even then, Rubik was in position, and Puppy ultimately just giving away a free kill here. Now Funnig needs to be careful again. He's gonna take the blast again. This is not his game so far.
No, Telekinesis earn charge, and he is gonna be going down by just a right click right now, coming in from solo. Another kill on the top lane. 3 kills in only a matter of seconds. Nexus is gonna dodge the last tower hit by putting up his double walk, but that is gonna be 3D Clan pulling up ahead. I mean, in the gold graph it's not really shown that much, purely because of course Poppy farming in the jungle, but
yeah, it's still a Diffusal Blade for PL 10 minutes in. Oh well, he's going to complete it now at 11, but the point is, the impact this is going to have on the game is that Havost, as far as his lifestealer goes, he can definitely take the fight to them, but without the RP still up on the Magnus, I feel like the PL will get a lot of space so far. Okay, now Magnus hits level 6, so that's available at this point. But PL's farming spree has just begun.
I mean, Navi is kind of reliant right now on the good team fight. I mean, that's gonna be the edge that they have over 3D Clan.
Yeah, at the same time, Rubik, he's also level 6, so he can steal that reverse polarity if he's in the position for it. Currently sitting on teleportation from the Nature's Prophet.
Nice one to have.
I don't know if he can find an opening with this, but it's always handy to have.
Yeah.
I remember the old bug when Rubik came out and teleportation had 0-second channeling time on him. So he could basically just click a button and go to base.
Oh, I kind of missed that. That is...
Got fixed. Got fixed pretty quickly.
Oh, you wouldn't say. You wouldn't say.
The most imbalanced thing ever. Oh, Sharfik. He's gonna TP out from this. Probably good decision as well. Puppy coming in and Dendi there.
Yeah, because basically the only real thing that Navi have to disable 3D is gonna be the reverse polarity and the split earth. And so far, Kuroki has been spot on with those split earth, though. I have to say that. Like, he's been getting them, but that's the only real disable that they have. In 3D Clan, they got Telekinesis, they've got Shackle, they've got the Power Cogs, and they've got everything that Rubik steals as well.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary playing Leshrac against Rubik. That's actually a good point to bring up, because the Split Earth Rubik has, that Leshrac has, is very easy to steal, because you're going to see him casting it for a long time. It's a long animation. And if you steal that on Rubik, it's an instant cast for Rubik. And if you think of how good Split Earth is, it's twice as good on Rubik. You basically can't miss it, and it's absolutely insane. So Na'Vi need to get their execution right against this Rubik right now, and Dread, he can have a big impact on this game with that support hero.
Yeah, actually, are there any real bad spells that you can steal from Na'Vi? Like, maybe you don't want to have a Sprout, but other than that, I mean, Nature's Call is nice. Anything you can steal from the Lifestealer is probably nice. And Leshrac, as you mentioned already.
Good too. Reverse Polarity Shock. You're right. I mean, most of the things Rubik can get are really good here. In particular, Leshrac and Magnus, I would say, are going to be his preferred targets. But also Queen of Pain's Blink, so they have an initiation. Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain, lots of damage. I think 3D are in a pretty good position here. And I'm saying that with Na'Vi being ahead by 3,000 XP and 2,000 gold 13 minutes in, but I actually think it's fine for 3D right now.
Now 3D have still got all their towers as well, so that's some extra gold that Na'Vi can still pick up at some point. So yeah, they are ahead on that, but they're pretty much ahead in terms of control I would say. Control of the game. I mean, right now nothing's really happening, and that's mostly because, oh, wait a second.
On mid, Dandy.
Dandy, trouble. I was gonna say, no kills were actually happening yet. Sharvik's still taking a lot of damage from that, but that's mostly because Na'Vi, they can't really initiate on 3D right now. It wouldn't be wise really to take the fight unless they know that they can get a good reverse polarity off. And 3D, they are happy with it. They are declaring the pace right now for the game.
Oh, bottom lane. Oh, I feel like Na'Vi could have actually tried that one on Serva.
Serva, he has got himself a hook. Might be going for some initiation himself, but as said, I mean, is it really needed? I don't think they feel the pressure just yet.
I think they're going to try to hold this tower. If Keeper of the Light can get down there in time, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. He's actually going to give the tower away and finish his mechanism. Okay, now he realizes he needs to have a TP, but it's still not too late. Windrunner's porting in. And Kuroki actually in trouble. Shackle, that's a kill.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice play by Sharvik.
And he runs himself away. Nice, quick pick off. Making them pay for trying to push that tower. Tower still, I mean, it's in deny range right now, so tower will probably go down. In the meantime, we haven't really seen that much of Dandy just yet. Purely because, of course, when he died in that mid lane, he kind of got himself shut down slightly. Couldn't really do anything. Doesn't really have any spectacular items just yet. And in terms of his farm, he's still behind Sharvik as well.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering when we're going to see more of him.
Nice play. He's going to lose his life for this, but I think he might think that was worth it.
What did he do? Oh, he denied the tower. Nice.
Denied the tower. I think that might have been worth it. And at the same time, 3D, they're almost taking the top tier 2. Dandy in mid. Halfway on that tier 1. But I would say overall this is favoring 3D again. Here comes the TP from Lifestealer, but unless they have True Sight, there's a sentry from Kuroki. Far away.
Gust from the side. Dandy, they are gonna get him. It's gonna be the first death for Phantom Lancer. They do use 4 heroes to take him down, but I think that's gonna be worth it.
And Puppy as well. He's doing good, and that's the advantage Na'Vi have in this, that the Nature's Prophet with all that farm is giving them teamfight potential with his ultimate level 2 and with a mechanism. But with Keeper of the Light now having a mech as well, that advantage that Nature's Prophet can give early on with a fast mech is basically negated by the Keeper of the Light having one as well.
Yeah,
And
we're
looks
gonna
like
see 3D though. They're just gonna go back to their previous gameplay. Farm.
Yeah. Well, Havost is leading big time. 125 CS on him 17 minutes in. He's been getting so much farm right now, much more than the PL. The PL should be able to almost catch up, I think, if he starts farming the jungle a little bit more with his illusions. He's got 3 points in Juxtapose and 2 points.
Shackle up on Funnick, power shot, hits on Puppy. Sharvik though, reverse polarity, it hits on 2, 1 goes down, Solo already dropped. Sharvik gonna get put down as well as Dread if he cannot manage to get himself away. And I think the Sonic Wave and the right click should be able to do the job. Seraph on the side dies as well, and the only one left alive is going to be Nexus. He is going to be getting away with his level 2 Diffusal Blade, but that is 4 for 0.
Big individual play there by Funnick. Set up that entire fight with the Skewer and reverse polarity. So now we get a 4 for 0 and a tower, and now suddenly that was looking like it could be pretty good for 3D, but got caught out of position. The Keeper of the Light didn't get the mechanism off. I guess he was inside the RP actually, and that's expensive, and that's a big mistake as well, you've got to say, because Keeper of the Light, with his range, should never be caught in an RP.
Yeah, they were greedy for the kill because they had a shackle earlier. That it was 3. They wanted to go in again. Actually, Puppy already out of mana already. Can they get him? Illuminate Blast is gonna be going through, and that should be picking up the kill. One more hit. It is Sharvik that picks it up. Funnick Skewer towards his tower. Shackle still latches though. They're gonna dive this, and they do it with Flare. It's gonna be Nexus picking up the kill. 2 kills in return for Nexus or for 3D Clan. They're gonna be able to pick up a tower as well.
And Na'Vi overstaying their welcome here, and they might actually get to pay really hard for this. One thing is getting 2 heroes killed. The other is losing 2 towers, because Phantom Lancer, he's got enough to push this through, I think. There's still 15 seconds on Mag, and he won't have RP when he's out. 15 seconds on Nature's Prophet as well. And just everything that Na'Vi won with that fight, they just lost again. By staying a little bit too long in the lane, overconfident. And, yeah, pay the price.
2 towers actually. Tier 2 tower also going down. 3D now actually backing off. Well, with the Vor still, if I was still running around there with an invincibility rune, but he can't do anything.
Pretty precise statement saying they lost everything they gained. Look at the goal graph. It's like almost exactly what they gained.
And he goes down. yeah.
But still XP, Na'Vi sitting on 8,000, so that's a bigger lead than I would have thought they have. And they're going to they have to hold on to that.
Well, the turtle potential is not that bad with the Nature's Prophet there, and of course also Queen of Pain and Leshrac, and a Shockwave from the Magnus. But
Bro.
if you combine that up, if you combine that up with 3D's pushing potential, with illusions from Nexus, with Illuminates, with Fatebolt Power Shot, I mean, I think 3D would be out pushing Na'Vi.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they're going to take another tower, so as far as that goes, you have a good point. No Shackle Shot attempt from Sharfik. He's actually holding on to it. He's waiting. Nice 4-staff Shackle here, but Sharfik has to run out with this. Lots of damage coming in from Dendy. Nice Sonic Wave as well on 2. And Havost cleaning up, getting 2 kills for himself. I think if 3... No, they're not getting out of this. They're going to pay more.
Yeah, we still see
So-
Phonic looking for that reverse flare. Can't get it off. Oh,
So-
Vost.
Or are they?
Vost is all by himself. He has to run now. Shackle ledges of Vost. He's gonna drop. Or is he? No, he's not. Reverse polarity up on Sharfik just to make sure that his carry stays alive. But that was Rubik stealing something. Only the Shockwave server will go down. Is that the second time that he goes down? It looked like it. Dread gonna go down as well. Sharfik gonna get a nice shackle up on Dendy, but he is not gonna be able to go in on it anymore. And it is pause for the fight. And Na'Vi, they're sitting here with all their heroes still intact. I don't think
Havost
any
got
of them
really
died.
lucky there. The Keeper of the Light blast was a little bit off target, else Havost would have died when that fight broke out. With the, I think Windrun even rebought. Yeah, she did to take that fight. And eventually they end up
Clockwork as
losing
well.
2 additional heroes, so that's a big loss here for 3D Clan. But they're not going to lose terrain. They'll keep their tower. Keeper of the Light is being Keeper of the Light.
Oh, Sharfik. Looking for that initiation. So aggressive coming from him. A Blink Dagger now up on Phonic though. I mean, he didn't get his reverse polarity in the previous fight off as he would have wanted to. I mean, you saw him a bit searching for that good positioning, and with the Blink Dagger he'll definitely be able to get that going for him.
He's going to get a much bigger chance at hitting like 2 or 3 with that, but I think the most he can hope for is to get 2 or 3 in the RP, because the heroes on the Dire side, they'll be spreading out pretty nicely. Keeper of the Light has massive range, Rubik will stay far back to try and steal the RP, and then maybe Clockwork will go in very aggressively, perhaps together with Phantom Lancer. And they've also got evasive abilities such as Force Staff on the Windrunner, Hook Shot on Clockwork, Cogs. It's still not easy being Magnus in this, I think.
That's true.
And trying Roshan.
Yep. Gonna put Nexus in there as well. And I don't think that Na'Vi can counter this right now. Or can contest it. They have not got a reverse polarity for another 17 seconds. I don't even know that they think that this is going on. Because they don't have any wards.
Yeah, they ported Havost top to defend because there was a big PL army going in, and of course Havost farms everything up here, but yeah, they can't really deal with this split push at the moment, and that's going to be an Aegis coming for Nexus. Big item alert as well. Dendy with that Black King bar in the next fight is going to keep him pretty much completely safe at this point. The only thing going through his Black King bar is Cogs, Hookshot, and Rubik's Spell Steal, and neither of them really threaten him in killing him off. So Dendy will have a lot of space. Question is if he can make it count against, well, a PL with an Aegis.
Yeah, that will
And,
be a lot of damage that he's gonna have incoming.
Question is, the problem for Dendy now is not going to be staying alive for himself, I think. It's about making the biggest possible impact in the fight while his team will be taking a lot of damage. Because as time passes now, this PL is getting dangerously close to his second item. And Havost, he does have that Abyssal Blade, but like we saw in that last fight, just one Shackle Shot, or if Clockwork manages to catch him in the Cogs, it's going to be difficult being him.
They just used the reverse polarity to lock down Sharfik, but he managed to pop himself an invisibility rune, and he got away. And
Yeah,
he's gonna
this isn't
get called back by the
recalled. They're
column.
going bottom.
Yep.
This is big for 3D Clan. I think this is a tower. Question is if Na'Vi can get a trade mid.
Well, they're gonna be fast with that one. Because 3D Clan, they're already bashing on the tier 2.
I think they're going to try to force it through even. What have Na'Vi got? There's no TP on Nakes.
He can jump into no, he can't. Actually, he just
can
used it
jump
on Dendy.
First, he needs to get the TP scroll from Puppy. Because I think 3D Clan aren't stopping here. They're going to go on. Are we going to have a base race in this? Nope, Puppy's back.
Puppy,
And
but he
Havost
didn't
did
give
get
his TP
TP.
scroll.
He needs to run! Oh man, this is a big mistake if Na'Vi don't get back for this in time.
Tower
They
already down to half health.
Oh, it could have been worse.
I think 3D Clan, they just... Oh, BKB! But Dread, the mechanism heals him back up almost completely, and Denny now almost out of mana, has to get himself out. Split Earth still hits upon Nexus, he has that Aegis though. Even if he dies, he'll be back up in only a moment's time. Here comes a Vost, but the Cogs helping out Serv and making sure his team is safe. On the sideline, the Sonic Wave misses again, and Dendy... He goes down. I was gonna say it was actually Rubik's Sonic Wave, I should say.
Yeah, that didn't miss. That hit very
That
much.
hit very hard, yeah. I was gonna say that was a short cooldown, but nope.
And Dendy can't rebuy. Yes, he can.
He is back again, and it's gonna be tier 3, almost guaranteed. I mean, Navi, can they? Yeah, they force him back, and actually 3D Clan, they're gonna be safe.
Yeah, the question,
Are
are they
they
going to
still
stay?
got the
They've got Mechanism ready again. They're out of earn charges now, though. But PL, he didn't drop in that fight. He still has the Aegis of the Immortal, but now the Reverse Polarity is up for Na'Vi, and Puppy, he's just starting to be a nuisance up top. Already split pushing now, and I think 3D Clan will just go for it.
Yep. Won't really stop them. Lightning gonna go through. Just harassment. And that's gonna be tower going down. There we go. A Vost coming in, but again the Cogs from Server helping out.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And this is going to break out soon. Funnick is looking for it. Gets 2.
Oh, it got stolen though. Dread has got it. It's gonna still be Sharpik and Server going down. Clockwork buys back though with a reverse polarity by Dread. Make sure that Funnick goes down. Buyback for both though. Dread is gonna go down before he's able to TP out. There finally goes the Aegis. But now all of a sudden Nexus, I don't think he's gonna live through this. Double kill for a Vost. And that's gonna be, oh, Navi still, I mean they lost our tier 3. Gotta be said, 3D, they got something out of that, but they did lose a lot of as well.
And they lost a lot of heroes. They lost the top tier 2 because Puppy wisely here split pushing top. And yep, at the end of the day, that wasn't really worth it for them. And Magnus did only get 2 in that RP, but he got 2 squishy heroes and he managed to skewer them into the base and basically set up a good fight for them, even though it got stolen by Rubik. Too much of the damage of 3D Clan was already dead. And then the RP, well, good lockdown, but only PL to deal damage in it. It's not enough yet with his items. And he's still kind of far away from that Manta, actually. They're not getting so much farm when they're pushing this hard. He could be farming more.
Yeah, do you think they made a hasty decision by going for such a hard push at, well, in theory, pretty early game for if you're having a game with the Phantom Lancer?
I'm not sure. The problem is if they don't try to push like this, Na'Vi, like you saw, Nature's Prophet will just start split pushing and Lifestealer will farm a lot. Queen of Pain will flash farm as well. I'm not sure what 3D should be doing at this point because I feel like that push could have actually worked out, but they definitely overstayed it at the end. But perhaps after they got the tier 3 tower, they could have said, fine, we got our objective, we go back and we get some more farm. We'll see how it plays out now. Lifestealer, 3,000 gold for him. And, well, unless PL starts getting some big items soon, I think Na'Vi are in a very comfortable position now, even though they have an exposed barracks bottom. 20,000 experience ahead, wow. With only 6
You
kills.
wouldn't say that when you see the fights. It feels so even.
Yeah, it feels a lot more even than that.
Yeah.
That's also why I said that the graphs will be a little bit deceiving here, but they're not ahead by as much as you would be in other 20,000 XP games, but it's still 20,000 XP.
Yeah, most of that is going to be
7.5
in a Vost. I mean, he's level 17. Phantom Lancer is the highest up on 3D Clan, and he's level 14. So there's a big difference. Also for the supports, still level 10 and level 11 up on 3D Clan, with the lowest level 12 for Na'Vi.
Yeah, and it's just these team fights giving so much for them, and of course Na'Vi. We need to mention as well that their main support, Kuroki, he's sitting on 2,000 gold, an urn, and an Ogre Club. He's almost got BKB on their 5 position in this game. And if they start getting that big items on even the support, then it's just starting to tell the story of a game in which Na'Vi are basically out-farming their opponent.
Yep, it's already starting when you have yourself a jungle hero and your opponent team doesn't. You're already getting that advantage. Dendy actually, he's got himself an infested lifestealer. He's got himself a gem of
looking for
truth as
something.
well.
Are they going to go for this?
Oh, I think he knew he was gonna be getting a bit more than he would have wanted if he went
That would
in
have been the
there.
worst blink ever if he went in for that.
Oh, instant destruction.
But you know Na'Vi, they like being aggressive and taking chances, but even that was too much even for them,
Yeah.
going for that blink.
Looks like we have got Nexus putting a bit more pressure on the lanes as well. With pushing out the top lane completely, making use of the lack of towers on the side of Na'Vi. And he's going for Manta Style as well. And with that, he will be able to push even faster with those Manta Style illusions, creating their own illusions without even Phantom Lancer being there. And Dandy, he still wants to go in.
Yeah, he knows Puppey can always be there, even though he's defending top. He's got the level 3 ultimate ready to teamfight with. Of course, Havos, the moment he jumps out, he can Abyssal Blade a target. And the preferred target for them will probably be the Phantom Lancer, of course, if they can, but else a good secondary target, maybe Clockwork, so he doesn't get the cogs off. So that's going to open up the fight for Havos to deal a lot of damage.
Making sure nothing shuts down that Havos. Very important. But I mean, 3D Clan, they're just playing it really safe. They're just sitting in their base. Apart, of course, from Nexus, who is still farming and is actually being supported a bit by Sharfik. So if something goes wrong, Sharfik will be there with the shackle just in case. But the rest is just standing there, making sure they're doing the whole turtle thing. Fate bolts and illuminates. There's not a creep that will live through that.
Yeah, it's hard to push in for Na'Vi.
Oh, Dread! He pops a ghost after, but takes all the more damage from the Sonic Wave. Sharfik coming in, Shackle doesn't latch though. And here comes a blinking reverse polarity, skewer down to low ground, Split Earth! And that is gonna be a big illuminate, but still 2 people dead on the side of 3D Clan, and nobody died on the side of Na'Vi, and they're gonna go for the tier 3 Shackle, doesn't latch again. Vo's taking some damage from the illusions from Nexus, who is still up here. They can't really go in with being 3 people down.
And that's the issue for... Oh, here we go!
Gonna go for Nexus once again. The Gem of True Set making sure that Nexus is spotted, but they can't chase him down. Too far diving, and they're just gonna go back to the tower. Oh, Lifestealer still goes down. Sharfik paid for that one, but that's a good kill for 3D Clan. Still getting something. Puppey is gonna go down here as well. The one more hit, there he goes. As Leshrac goes down, because Dread comes back as well, and that is all of a sudden 3 heroes down on the side of Na'Vi. Funnick's still on the way out, and Dandy already back.
They didn't even get the tower. Because they tried to get the PL at the back end with Dandy and Havost. And in hindsight, getting that tower there would probably have been the right decision instead. You can understand why they tried it though. I mean, the Nake's bomb with the Abyssal Blade could have easily worked, but...
Was Abyssal not on cooldown anymore then? Because I think it was.
Sorry?
Was Abyssal not on cooldown? Because they actually used Abyssal on Dread.
Oh, might have been. Then they probably shouldn't have tried for that. And the reason this is an issue is that Nexus, he wasn't even in the fight in the beginning. That's why Na'Vi got such a good opening in the first place. But that he can show up this late after farming the Ancients, and they actually managed to defend their racks 3 heroes down. It's a big mistake.
Oh, Dandy dead. And that's a Gem of True Set, by the way, gone as well.
Yeah, he's gonna have to rebuy probably too, because PL, he's causing trouble bottom. He's popping his Manta Style. Rebuy from Dandy.
Still gonna be half the barracks gone. Oops. It's just so delusional. So annoying to deal with. In the meantime, Roshan is gonna be back up soon, and it's gonna be already Na'Vi knowing that since the Magnus is standing around.
Yeah, 3D Clan definitely knows as well. They're gonna run in straight for it. And Na'Vi Solutions just ran out, so they might not be sure that 3D Max is here. Looks like they are, though.
Yeah, they have to be. They smoke up. But they have to be fast, because that Roshan, I mean, is not going to wait. They do have a reverse polarity, but there's only 3. So you have reverse polarity, sorry, 4, I should say. And of course, Puppey can TP in.
This is a good play from 3D if they get a Shackle now from Sharfik.
They jump themselves out. Shackle doesn't latch, but the cogs are nicely positioned. Anyways, Sprout up. Forced up to the high ground for Solo, as we are gonna see Serva getting picked off first there. And the fight is actually going on 2 places right now. Dandy pops his BKB to Nexus, who is able to get himself out, and Na'Vi, they find themselves without opponents. No reverse polarity being used yet, though. And Puppey is actually gonna be defending bottom lane right now. This might be something that 3D Clan want to go in on, because they saw that happening. They have got a ward there.
Yep. No, they didn't really invest too much in that. Like you said, only the Black King Bar from Dandy being used in that fight effectively. They still have their ultimates up and everything. But Keeper of the Light trying to do whatever he can to give them a perimeter. Havost walking into Scout here, not going to find anything, and now he's going to take a blast probably. Nope. It's going to be 2 other heroes from Na'Vi.
No vision for them. They're fighting blind here. And there is, of course, I mean, 3D Clan. They're making sure they have vision all over the river.
This is scary. This is really scary. Puppey's going to port back. Keeper of the Light blast again. And they can't really seem to find an opening. I feel like the key thing here for 3D is to get some sort of opening on Magnus so that he can't get in. He doesn't have rebuy gold, of course they might not know that. But if they don't get RP'd, I think they're in a good position to win the fight. Even though Na'Vi are farmed on the heroes.
I'm talking about openings. Nature Prophet Puppy just bought himself a side of the Vice, so that could provide something that Na'Vi desperately needs to get themselves an opening to go into 3D Clan.
That side of the Vice could be the setup for killing, for example, Clockwork. And oh, Na'Vi, they're going to try to steal Roshan. This is a big play from them. Dread fighting Kuroki off to the side, and he's actually going to escape with the blink of Queen of Pain.
Ooh, they get the Aegis though, and they're gonna go in. Serva, already been turned into a piglet. Gonna try to keep himself up, gonna chase down Puppy. Shockwave still going through, there's a Sprout, and that's gonna be on the sideline already. Sharfik going down, now Magnus gonna get picked up at the sideline. There is Nexus, of course, picking up the support. Kuroki gonna drop him as well, double kill for Nexus, but at the same time he loses the Aegis, they lose the Roshan, and they also lose 2 of their own supports. The fight's not over yet, apparently. Dread gonna be Ghost Sceptering up, getting away from Avos. Blind Light doesn't happen, Ghost Scepters everywhere. Avos still up though, toggling armlet to stay alive. He does of course have the Aegis, so he shouldn't be all too scared to die, but he is gonna die, as we saw Puppy being killed off, and I think Avos, he has to run a TP out. Yeah, that should be possible. There we go.
Yep. But Na'Vi, again, they actually made a really good Roshan snipe there. Stealing off the Aegis was a big play, and then at the end here, just need to realize they can't fight this PL with the heroes they had left. They were 3 against 3, they had used everything, PL was full health, and Lifestealer didn't have the Aegis. Oh, sorry, he did have the Aegis, but he would just have to rage TP if he died, because everyone else was brought down. So they could have escaped with the Nature's Prophet and the Lifestealer there, but give a little extra, again, giving a little more to 3D Clan than they have to.
Yeah, and actually, the reverse polarity wasn't even used in that fight. Magnus was picked up by Nexus before he could actually get that off properly. So he still has that one.
Yeah, it's true. Well, the cooldown at this point, it's 110 seconds, and with the time between these fights, saving an RP is very, very rarely going to be worth it. So he wants to get it off every fight.
Yeah, just got picked off too fast.
He got picked off indeed. And that's the danger. I mean, Clockwork is one of the ideal heroes for this, actually. If he finds Phonic and gets in on him, it could give them the setup they need to lock him down so the RP doesn't even go off in the fight. And if that happens, Nexus is going to wreak havoc. I think the RP is Na'Vi's must-have spell to make sure they win a fight.
Yeah, it's their edge. I mean, they don't have the Phantom Lancer. They do have their own split push, though. Like of course, Nexus is going to have the whole Brood Mother effect thing going for him. But Puppy can do the same thing, though he actually has to be there if he wants to try and push something.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Look at Puppy's just porting in. Meet my family, says PL. And well, they're gonna run out, so Na'Vi defend it. But again, this is not the way Na'Vi like to play. They don't want to have to port back to defend all the time. They want to have the map control, but at this point, 3D Clan, they've got the aggressive wards, they've got the PL split pushing, and he's going to have a heart for the next fight, probably. That's not looking good for Na'Vi. Do they have the damage to take him down is the question. I mean, Lifestealer built tankability. He built a heart now on Havost.
Yeah, no damage.
And I'm not sure if they can take down Nexus, to be honest. These illusions are going to cost them too much trouble.
They have a lot of survivability, but like you said, I mean, they're just lacking a bit of damage. They're kind of counting on Puppy to also be that semi-carry that they so desperately need.
Yeah. He built the side though, so he doesn't have much damage either. We're probably going to see him go for the Light of Heaven build now with Monkey King Bar next, probably, and perhaps a BKB as one of his last items, if not a Daedalus now. Just getting that damage now. He has the disable, he has the healing from mech. Now he needs to deal.
Yeah, we actually have got Vost already and not farming for a while because he's still sitting inside Dandy right now. Dandy's just farming instead. 2300 up for Dandy, and Dandy also. He needs to be that kind of semi-carry, but looks like he's gonna go for a Scythe of Ice as well. Just to be able to shut down that Phantom Lancer when they finally realize which one is the right one.
And perhaps enough hexes are gonna do it. Of course, it's gonna buy them a lot of time in these fights, but if they don't get the PL with all these hexes, if they hex the others, they need to make quick work of them, because PL at this point, he's gonna snowball on them in the fight. If they don't lock him down and let the illusions get a little bit of space, we've seen it so many times, and Na'Vi knows it. They've played themselves. They know exactly what's gonna happen.
And they're sticking together as well. 3D Clan though. I think they're just comfortable of waiting when Na'Vi makes a move because they realize like if it goes very long, that Phantom Lancer at some point, you know, he will own everything anyways. So might as well wait for Na'Vi to push in so that they know exactly where they can find Na'Vi and then go in themselves perhaps. Find an opening, find a mistake of Na'Vi and go in.
Well, there's only so much you can do, even with a PL with pretty much full inventory. If your team is so out-farmed by the entire enemy squad, as the scenario is right now, he's not going to be able to win alone. So they need to still keep finding farm. Sharfik, he still hasn't got the Side of the Vice on Windrunner 40 minutes in. That just goes to show how much they rely on the farm of the Phantom Lancer. You can just see on the net worth as well. I mean, they're far down.
Yeah, that Phantom Lancer is on par with, of course, with Navi's Puppy as well as a host, but other than that, it's just just about the same as supports, I would say.
Yeah. Almost. I mean,
Almost, yeah.
well, to be fair, Dendy's got 12k net worth and Sharfik's got 10.5. But the difference is Dendy is farming actively. He's going around the map. Na'Vi have taken the map control now, and 3D Clan are afraid, you've got to say. They're not moving out, they're staying inside the base. If they keep doing this, they're going to lose the game, no matter what.
Yeah, even Nexus is not out in the base.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he is the one that if he gets picked off, if he does die, 3D Clan is going to be having a tough time. Even though, yeah, he doesn't even have a buyback, actually.
They're pretty much going to lose the game.
Yeah.
If that happens, because Na'Vi can push very quickly.
Yeah, so they have got, of course, they have to be careful. At the same time,
Silent
also, I
Dendy.
mean, it's, you know, like you said, not farming is basically not an option either.
He's got a farm, and so does his team, but they need to get some sort of safety on the map. They had the good aggressive wards, but they've run out, and now they're worried about when Na'Vi's going to strike next. As long as Na'Vi are containing them inside the base, they're happy with it. There's no risk for them. The worst thing that can happen for Na'Vi at that point is that they get smoke ganked and lose one hero, and they're not really going to care about it when they're farming 4 heroes.
Yeah, and the side of Vice completed upon Dendy in the meantime also. So he's going all in as well. I mean, no buyback for him.
Yeah. And actually, Kuroki, he's going for a Veil of Discord over that Black King bar. That's kind of surprising to me, but might have realized that that extra spell damage from himself, from Dendy, and from Nature's Prophet's Ultimate, and Vonic's Shockwave for that matter, might be a better investment at this point than the BKB. They need to be able to kill off these illusions. Maybe with the Veil, they have the damage it takes.
Yeah.
Here we go, 3D.
Smoking up. And Sharfik having a Sheepstick complete for that as well as Dread having a Blink Dagger ready. So they have got some initiation. They just need to find an opening, but we can see the map, and they can't, and everybody of Na'Vi is actually on the top lane.
They could backdoor the racks. That's going to force Na'Vi back if they realize the entire Na'Vi squad is top. But they don't know yet. They didn't see them.
Puppy is in the jungle in the meantime. If he's not careful, he's going to be one of the people being picked up. But it looks like the smoke has already run out, and that is going to be it for 3D Clan.
I didn't really find anything with this, and Na'Vi, they're just using the time to farm 3D Clan's jungle now.
And still their own. Puppy is still killing their own jungle, and they're just taking all the farm.
This is a textbook example of what Na'Vi actually needs to do at this point. If 3D Clan doesn't want to do anything, it's their loss. The graphs are just going to keep rising. Na'Vi have gained about 4,000 gold in the last 5 minutes, and same on the XP. And if 3D Clan do nothing about this, they're going to lose in 10 minutes.
It's gonna be trouble for them, and they do still try to farm though. And now they are actually having some, just in case, some people that can save Nexus should someone go in, with Sharfik and Dread being around there. But yeah, they're nowhere near getting as much farm as Na'Vi is getting right now. Na'Vi having this control. So who's gonna be the first one to act? Because we just saw 3D Clan. They were actually looking for an action. They were looking for a fight. They couldn't find it. Are they going to be the ones again that are going to try to look for it, or are we going to see Na'Vi being aggressive? As you say, they do like...
They're not going to look for it unless 3D makes them. Puppy is more than happy to sit on 6,000 gold. I mean...
It is, actually. Yeah.
If nothing goes on, it's fine for Na'Vi because they know they're winning the farm game. And it's something they've played on quite a few times in the past. If they know they're gaining, they'll just keep gaining, because why not? And 3D Clan, I think they're realizing as well that time is running out. They're trying to gather up and get something accomplished. And I feel like the smoke they used previously, if they saw Na'Vi up top, just go for the Rax bottom, force Na'Vi to TP back, and get some map control with that. But right now, Na'Vi are just getting to play their game, and Puppy is drawing a line through the map. He's like, there's somewhere here, so you guys can keep farming. And they're going to.
They're going to, indeed. In the meantime, though, we still see, you know, people farming up, getting new items, and you are right, Puppy picking up the MKB.
Yep.
Having that one
And he has
complete.
rebuy as well.
And he still has a lot of gold, yeah. That's gonna be very important, I mean, for both teams. The next fight is gonna be the fight not only for, of course, getting the good reverse polarity up and trying to kill off Nexus before it kills off Na'Vi, but of course also who has most buybacks. And it's also gonna be the fight for Roshan, because he's back up.
And that's a cheese this time. It's a big one, and it could give... This could give 3D Max a chance, because the way I see it right now, the chance is disappearing slowly but steadily. Nexus has got the Talisman of Evasion to get some survivability, but bad luck for him. Puppy gets the MKB at the same time, so it's basically useless against him. It's still good against Havost, but that's only a matter of time before he probably gets an MKB. Well, Puppy's going to smoke into Roshan. Good illusion staying here, giving some vision. But Puppy's going to hide? No, he's going to run out of it. So 3D Clan will know. And Nexus is going to just annoy him, I think. And Puppy's like, fair enough. They're not doing Roshan, we have the map control. Farm spot him.
And in the meantime, we already saw Vost already pushing a bit on top. The tier 3 tower already taking a bit of damage. And, well, they might actually... I mean, it would be worth a trade Roshan for barracks at this point, would you think? For Na'Vi, as in Na'Vi getting barracks and 3D Clan getting Roshan.
I don't think a trade is worth it now for Na'Vi, because they don't have to trade. They're in a commanding position in the game. They're not going to look to trade anything, I think. They're going to just try to get everything at once. But actually, you might be right. Looks like, yep, they're going to push top. I think 3D Clan will finish this Roshan.
They're going to lose their tier 3 at least, and possibly more. There's no
They're
fortification, though.
not even getting it. So that's just perfect for
Puppy.
Na'Vi.
He's getting initiated on, and he is gonna go down. He's getting turned into a piglet before he dies to, you know, disgrace him more. But they do lose an entire set of ranks. And like you said, they're not getting Roshan. And Avos goes opening up on solo, gets turned into a piglet. Sonic Wave helping out as well, but they back off. They don't want to fight Nexus, they want to fight Serva. Serva goes down, Shackle latches Denny to Phonic. Power shot, Denny is dead. Unstoppable Nexus right now, and of course the buybacks keep on coming. Nexus, he just wants a clean house right now, going for Avos, but Avos rages, can TP out, and he is gonna indeed do that. Knows that Nexus can't do anything to stop him, and that is gonna be one set of racks for Na'Vi. No Roshan for 3D Clan. And,
yeah, Na'Vi didn't even use reverse polarity again. That's basically a free fight for them. Sure, they rebuy 2 heroes, but they've still got the fighting potential. Unless, oh, Shackle, they're gonna lose Kuroki before. No!
Whoa, and that's
Nice.
reverse polarity stolen. Dread has it. Nexus is high up on the high ground though. He can't do anything with Shrek already going down. Sharfik is gonna be trying to run away from this. Shackles on Phonic still goes down. Phonic's still alive. Now Nexus is back in the fight, getting 4-stabbed down. Finds himself an open wound and finds himself a Vost. Proud helping out a Vost, but he actually wants to take this. He wants to fight this. Gets an Abyssal Blade off. Nexus is dead. This could be game now. Could be at least Roshan. Then he wants to find Solo. Puppy TPing as well. Ghost Scepter. Only delaying the inevitable. There we go. Solo goes down and everybody buys back because they could still do that. And we have got Roshan going for Na'Vi. How many buybacks were there? So many. There's only 4 people that haven't bought back. 2 because they couldn't and 2 because they didn't need to.
Lancer isn't doing it. He's going to save up his gold. And this might be the right decision as well, because he couldn't have had any impact on this Roshan kill for Na'Vi. Oh, Puppy though, going on solo. That's a big mistake. He's going to drop for this, and he doesn't have rebuy. Oh man, the greed. The greed.
That was pure greediness. TPing into your enemy base without your team there to back you up with no buyback. Yeah.
3D should be taking the fight right now. There's no RP either. If they can catch people out right now, they should by all means go for it.
At least they were able to stop the pushing from happening, at least not losing more than just 1 Rax, but they still have to be up against the Life Stealer with an Aegis. Because that's still
Nexus rebought because Puppy actually intimidated them, so in that regard it kind of worked out, but that was more luck than it was planned, I think. That was just a weird move from Puppy here, and he's out for a minute. still. And that's time that 3D Max can get map control in. If nothing else, they can at least push out the lanes and get some wards out. And that's what they need right now. There's the smoke. Good smoke as well. Na'Vi had no vision. But Dendi has an Invis rune. Fortunate.
And he still has a cheese as well. Is there a gem still up on someone? I don't think so, right? Everybody kind of died a couple of times. No, well, gem is still up on Dread. Where the shackle didn't latch.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mana leak upon a Vost. But doesn't do anything anymore. 3D clan. Are they actually gonna try to go in here? With Puppy still being dead and all.
I've got 20 seconds. Reverse polarity's up again.
It's gonna be tough to take. But like I said also earlier already, I mean, they're kind of running out of options. Maybe they just want to try to lock Na'Vi in their base and make sure they farm elsewhere, but they're not farming right now. They actually find a Vost. It's a Piglet. He rages though, opens up on Sharfik. Abyssal Blade being used for Staff. Helping out as well as the mechanism, and a Vost is gonna be just on a wild goose chase. Oh, Sharfik is still gonna go down. A bash, and a bash is get returned. Shrek on the sidelines already cleaned out. Serva takes a Sonic Wave to the face and is still gonna go down there. It is gonna be Dread that picks himself up a Scream though. Lances will hit Havos. Trouble for him. Already 2 on the sidelines for Na'Vi, but also 2 on the sidelines for 3D Clan. And now Nexus is on the way out. He uses his double block. There's no gem close by. Nexus will be safe. That is at least something for 3D Clan. They still have that one because no more buybacks. Dendi chasing down Dread.
Well, okay. That was interesting rotation. Yeah, Vost getting caught like that and losing all his mana in the beginning of the fight almost cost them the fight. And again, no RP being used by Funnick. He got lanced by Nexus and kind of had to run out of that and didn't get to have the impact he was looking for in that fight. Again, the only good thing about that is that it doesn't get stolen by Rubik. So I think Funnick is being really cautious. If he lands an RP, it better be a good one because he's almost surely going to give it away to Dread if he's on the button.
Yep, that is very true. And it has, of course, been stolen once, so he doesn't want to have it happen again. So it's not really helping out, though. They are still winning their fights. Yes, they didn't kill Nexus, but it was very close.
Yeah, Na'Vi, you're absolutely right. 20,000 on the gold now, 25 on the XP. And it's funny that it's such an even game with that kind of advantage.
It's so insane.
The 3D Clan are staying alive.
Phantom Lancer doing the works. Well, it's not just Phantom Lancer anymore at this stage. I mean, the shutdowns from Server are quite nice. The Cogs actually doing a very nice job at shutting people out, especially, of course, Avos, who needs to be able to move around if fights actually do something.
Big item.
Who big item?
MKB on Havos. Now he can't miss on the PL anymore. But the thing is, he doesn't have a rebuy. So if he gets killed twice now with that even... Yeah, well, he has the Aegis, that's the good thing. If he gets killed... Oh, here we go, Dendi!
Out of position, but here comes Funnick. Actually use the reverse polarity, only up on Dread. Dread actually goes down. Another Gem of Truth hit on the floor. Puppy pops his BKB. Sharpik taking a lot of damage and actually going down. Funnick already dead as well, but doesn't matter. Serva drops, and it is 3 down for 3D Clan, and only 1 down for Na'Vi, and they're gonna try to get Nexus. Look at all those hexes. They're paying off. They know who the real one is. They kill him off, and now it's just Solo left to defend his team's honor, and I don't think it's gonna be working out. He actually gets forced away from his base and drops another gem because there's apparently so many gems in this game. We do have, I think, GG, yeah.
Yep, no rebuys available for the dive. And Na'Vi do take it. 53 minutes was what it took. And, well, you've got to say 3D put up a really good fight here. And
yeah, I
kind of a messy game in these fights. It was really weird. But Na'Vi do pull out victorious on this.
And able to keep themselves going with that big of disadvantage in golden experience.
Yeah, that was really impressive from 3D Clan. You can just imagine this game if the graphs were a little more even. Not even saying that they should have been even, because then I think 3D would have completely destroyed these fights. But if they had half the disadvantage they had, they might have even won the game with a 10k deficit. But Na'Vi, they keep the control of the map, they keep getting the farm, get the advantage, and eventually do overpower 3D Clan in this game. But it was a good game.
It was.
I would say, damn those farm values. 400 CS on Nature's Prophet. Puppy went to town.
But no denies. No denies.
No deny.
Not even one.
No. No deny. Oh.
Nope. So, do you have any shoutouts?
I've been asked to do this. I'm gonna say I'm not. Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to Iconoclast and to Örjan, But it's only because I'm being told to. I would never have done this voluntarily. But yeah, you guys do get a shout out. You suck, Metrum. And yeah, that's pretty much my shout outs, I think.
Okay. Well, I just have the same shout out as I have every game. Well, I actually have an extra one because, I mean, yesterday I broke my viewer record, but today again I broke my viewer record of yesterday. So thank you for people watching.
Wow, yeah. 17K.
17K. And, well, of course, if you want to find out more about the cast that I do, all the VODs are up on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can follow me on Twitter. syndereN, you are on Twitter too. Where can they follow you, actually?
I am at syndereN Dota there. I have my stream as well, which I use every now and then, Twitch TV/syndereN. And then finally on Facebook, it's MTW syndereN. Can't name change that, unfortunately, so it's going to stay that for now. But thanks a lot for watching, and thanks for having me. That was a good game.
It was a good game. It was very enjoyable. Even though, I mean, the big, massive team fight thingies, it was so even that also in the team fights it was even. Felt even.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I agree. Good games. And 53 minutes in. Impressive. Okay, well, we have got another game coming up. It's going to be No Tidehunter taking on DD. You're welcome to join me if you want to, but I know that you might not have planned for that, so I'll let you decide that after the game.
We'll see.
We'll see, and, well, stick around for more Dota 2. Coming up next for StarLadder Season 5. Day number 14. Don't go anywhere.